Good morning, students. Today we have maths lecture. We are learning about the chapter lines and angles. See, the point is transversal. What do you mean by transversal of two parallel lines? We know the definition of a parallel lines. Suppose line L and M are the two parallel lines. See, these line L and line M are these two lines. If a line intersect these two lines in a two different point, then that line is called as a transversal of a line L and M. If L and M are parallel lines, line L is parallel to the line M. If these are parallel lines or they may be not parallel lines, then we get the pair of corresponding angles, interior angles and alternate angles. We get the pair of corresponding angles, interior angles and alternate angles. So this is angle A, B, C, D. We have given the names A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. These are the different angles so that we can easily name them. We have given the name to these angles. See, the angle A and angle E. Angle A and angle E are corresponding angles. Angle B, angle F are also corresponding angles above the line L and M. At the below lines D and H, C and G, these are the pairs of corresponding angles. Now see which are the corresponding angles. We have the pairs corresponding angles. See which are the pair. First pair is angle A and angle E. This is the pair of corresponding angle. Second pair is angle B and angle F. Third pair is angle D and angle H. Fourth pair is angle C and angle G. These are the four pairs of corresponding angles. See from the figure. A and E, B and F, D and H, C and G. Now you can understand which are corresponding angles. Second pair is alternate angles. Alternate angles. Now which are the alternate angle? Make the shape of Z. Make the shape of Z. See this. This is the shape of Z. Which angles are there? Angle D and angle F. Again make the shape of inverse or mirror image of that Z. Angle C and angle E. Not another pair which makes the shape of Z. That is angle D and angle F. Angle D and angle F. This is first pair. Second pair is angle C and angle E. Second pair is angle C and angle E. These are the pairs of alternating angle or alternate angles. Now one pair is remaining, that is interior angles. Which angles? Interior angles. Now see which are interior angles. Interior angles means inside angles, that is angle D, angle E, then angle C and angle F. Angle D and angle E, angle C and angle F. These are interior angles. See, angle D and angle E, angle C and angle F. These are the pairs of interior angles. Thus, if two lines are there and another line intersect these two lines in two different points, then that line is called as a transversal of these two lines. If two lines are parallel to each other, then we get the pairs of alternate angles, interior angles, and corresponding angles. We have some important result about this corresponding angle, alternate angle, and interior angles. See what are the some important points about corresponding angles. If two lines are parallel and a transversal is there, if two lines are parallel and transversal is there, then corresponding angles are congruent. What is first result? If a transversal intersect two parallel lines in the language of mathematics. See, if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then pair of corresponding angles are congruent. See, if transversal intersect two parallel lines, then pair of corresponding angles are congruent. Means if two lines are parallel and one transversal is there, then corresponding angles are always congruent. This is about corresponding angles. Converse also is there. If two corresponding angles are congruent, then lines must be parallel to each other. Then the lines must be parallel to each other. If two parallel lines, if corresponding angles are congruent, then lines must be parallel to each other. This converse is also very important. Now second theorem about the alternate angles. If a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then the pair of alternate interior angles are equal. This is also very important result. Second result about alternate angle. See, if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of interior angle is equal. That is, see the result. If a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of interior angle is equal or interior angles are congruent. This is also very important result. One about corresponding angles, second about interior angles, alternate angles. And now we will see the third result about interior angles. It is also very important. Interior angles. First statement is same. If a transversal intersect two parallel lines, if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then interior angles are supplementary with each other. Then interior angles are supplementary If a transversal intersect two parallel lines, the interior angles are supplementary. Supplementary means their sum is 180 degree. Or opposite to this, that is converse of this, if interior angles are supplementary, that is the sum of the two interior angles is equal to 90 degree, then the lines are parallel. See, three important results. If a transversal intersect pair of lines, then corresponding angles are congruent. If a transversal intersect pair of lines, then alternate angles are congruent. If a transversal intersect pair of lines in a two different points, then one is very important, then interior angles are supplementary with each other. The converse of all these results are very important. If angles are supplementary, then lines are parallel. If corresponding angles are congruent, then also lines are parallel. If interior angles are congruent, then also, or alternate angles are congruent, then also lines are parallel. These are the main three important results today we have learned.